Well, it is the weekend, ladies and gentlemen, and as we do each and every weekend, we go out to the left coast and we say hello to Michael Snyder. Hi, Michael.
Hi, Alex, and hi, listeners, and hello, America, from sea to shining sea. And I'm coming to you from the pit known as Hollywood, but there's some good stuff out there in movie land that I'd like to get to ASAP. How you doing over there?
Okay, let's get to it.
All right, Ex Machina. I love a good science fiction film, and man, this is a very good science fiction film. Smart, very thrilling, very well executed sci-fi adventure that investigates the sentience of lifelike robotics programmed with sophisticated AI. This film is just cool on so many levels. It stars Oscar Isaac of Inside Llewyn Davis and A Very Violent Year as a kind of combination of Mark Zuckerberg and Steve Jobs, a recluse living in the boondocks and doing all kinds of experiments that he can finance with the big bucks. He invites one of his functionaries out there, and the functionary is played by Domhnall Gleeson, who's kind of Eddie Redmayne light. Maybe they couldn't get Eddie. No, he's good. He's a good actor on his own. And both he and Isaac are actually going to be seen in a little upcoming thing called the next Star Wars movie. Anyway, he's invited out to the retreat to basically do the Turing test on a new robotic creature that's been developed by the Isaac character's company. And this creature is in the form of a woman, albeit a mechanical woman, and played by Alicia Vikander, who's a Scandinavian actress who most recently was in the Sword and Sorcery Drek Seventh Son, and she's much better than that. Oh, this is terrific. Alex Garland, who wrote 28 Days Later and Sunshine, wrote and directed this, his first attempt at directing, and he nailed it. It's got a tense, beautiful, seamless, believable special effects. I mean, the CGI is used to a purpose, like in Paddington, that family film where you buy the bear being real. And in this case, you buy the robotics. Vivid, incredibly effective, and you'll believe a woman can clank and whir like a machine. One of the best movies I've seen, actually, that deals with the issues of possible repercussions of AI and technology possibly outgrowing its creators. I highly recommend this film. By the way, Domhnall Gleeson was in a fantastic episode of the Black Mirror TV series, and so he's no stranger to the concept of robotics. That's all I'll say about that. Great stuff. I wish I could be more excited about The Longest Ride. Actually, I don't. It's another drama based on yet another best-selling novel from romance writer Nicholas Sparks. And in this case, a former champion bull rider is on the comeback trail, and he begins a love affair with a college student who's about to take her dream job in New York City. So, this is an interesting aspect of the film. It's legacy time. The the bull rider, is played by Scott Eastwood, son of Clint. And in fact, the young lovers who are in the weird backstory, kind of flashback romance, are played by the grandson of John Huston and the granddaughter of Charlie Chaplin. Jack Huston of Boardwalk Empire, Una Chaplin of Game of Thrones and The Hour, and they're great. Alan Alda as the older version of the Jack Huston character, great. Britt Robertson as the young girl, cute. But man, this is just so tedious. Probably the best of these things this guy has produced since The Notebook, which I actually liked, but it's kind of a ripoff of The Notebook. I guess kind of self-plagiarism on the part of Sparks, and not nearly as good as that tearjerker. I guess there's going to be a lot of teenage girls that like this. I'm sorry, I shouldn't even say that. Clouds of Sils Maria is actually another fantastic film. And this one is from the French director Olivier Assayas, although it's pretty much in English, and he is in fine form here. He's the guy who directed Something in the Air, and Carlos, and Summer Hours, and Paris Je t'aime, Demon Lover. He's done some good stuff. Irma Vep, and he really is in his sweet spot here. He's dealing with three terrific actresses, Juliette Binoche, Kristen Stewart of Twilight, she's great in this, and Chloe Grace Moretz. Top-notch work from all of them. Beautiful setting in the Alps, as an actress of some repute is going to revisit a play that she did as a younger woman, but here playing the older character, while a kind of Lindsay Lohan type, played by Chloe Moretz, is going to play the role she originally played as a young girl. And Kristen Stewart is the assistant to the actress. And the most realistic depiction of a relationship between two women where business and friendship get blurred that I've seen in a long time. Highly recommended film. And again, beautifully shot, beautifully set, well written, and the actresses are all fantastic. I couldn't believe how good Kristen Stewart was, to be honest with you. Okay, let's see what we can do about wrapping this baby up. Kill Me Three Times is a darkly comedic thriller, or wants to be, starring Simon Pegg of Shaun of the Dead and Star Trek and Hot Fuzz as an assassin who's hired to kill a beautiful woman in a small seaside Australian town. And she's played by Alice Braga. There's a schemer played by Teresa Palmer. Luke Hemsworth, one of the Hemsworth brothers, is in this one as a young man who loves the Alice Braga character. It's an Australian mix of crime flick and black comedy that ends up feeling a little like substandard Tarantino covered in Vegemite. There's crosses and double crosses, casual violence, again, lovely vistas and a good cast, but ultimately it's in the meh zone. A little misleading since Pegg plays a lead and you expect something as meta-clever as one of his films, but no. Also, the great Aussie actor Brian Brown plays kind of a goofball sheriff in this movie. I had high hopes, but it didn't really do it for me. One more quick note, Danny Collins, one of the best Al Pacino performances in a while, and a good little film, is opening wider this weekend. We talked about it before. He plays a former 70s rocker trying to reconnect with the son he never knew. And again, solid, really moving at times and very funny and helped along by the supporting cast, including Christopher Plummer and also as the son, Bobby Cannavale, Annette Bening, and Jennifer Garner. That's about it in terms of new films for the weekend. What do you got in TV? Anything? Have you watched any
Well, it
movies?
sounds like there's not much reason for people to go to movie theaters, but there's a lot of reason to stay home this weekend. You've got, let's see here. First of all, you've got Game of Thrones starts up again for those who are thrilled by Game of Thrones. I still haven't figured out what's going on that show, but watch it anyway, just because I like a woman who commands dragons.
Oh, baby, they're getting bigger this season. Watch out.
We knew them when they were children. That's how we feel about those dragons. Every time they show a preview for it, the girlfriend goes, "Ooh, the dragons!" Then let me see here. Then also you have Silicon Valley starts up again, which I thought was off to a fairly good first season, and then Veep is back on again, and now she's president. Kind of, I guess they're mirroring House of Cards, but it looks to be pretty good. But the big thing to watch out for this weekend is probably the most well-reviewed, for those who have seen it, television program, and that is on Netflix, and that's Daredevil. I have not seen a bad review on this TV show.
And it links in with the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
No, but they say it's completely different than what Marvel's done up until now. It's much more adult, much darker. And anything to rinse the taste of Ben Affleck out of our mouths.
Well, come on now. No, but seriously, that's DC, number one. Number two, this is a part of Marvel's cinematic universe, as is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Agent Carter. It's just darker and more adult.
Wait a minute. Ben Affleck was Daredevil.
Oh, yes. I'm so sorry. You're right. Yes. I apologize. He's going to be Batman. I thought you were thinking about that. Oh, no.
Yeah. But it's, it's a good weekend for everybody.
And honestly, despite what you said about not wanting to go to the movies, Ex Machina is absolutely worth people's time.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, tell them where they can find you, Michael.
I am on Twitter at Culture Blaster and on Facebook at Michael Snyder's Culture Blast. Stop by. You can hear these little tete-a-tetes with Alex, plus other stuff by clicking on links there. And we'll be back hopefully next week.
Okay. See you then. Bye-bye. I'm Alex Bennett. That's Michael Snyder. And Gabnet, a tune-in partner, continues.